Hey y'all, you know I love France. There's lots of things I love about France. Many things. It's just so fucking pretty here. The aesthetic, It's just, I mean, look out my window. I'll show you just out my window here. That's my neighbor's house. It's just, it's just it's such a pretty country, and I encourage people to come here. And I want to post, to be successful in YouTube. I once had a channel that had 90,000 subscribers, but I got hacked and I lost it all. But what I learned was that to be successful on YouTube is you've got to post every day, every single day. And shorts get more views. Short is it's less than 3 minutes long, and the camera is vertical rather than horizontal. That's important if you want to break into YouTube, whatever. I wanted to tell a time that I don't tell many people about because it's really embarrassing. And I was almost sexually assaulted. I weigh 210 pounds. I'm 6'4". And I was at a bar near my apartment in Louviers, France, in Normandy. Department 27. And I was so lonely. I just had to, I just had to get out. And I had, I was broke then like I am now, like I always am. But I went to this place called Le Fashion Bar. I'm sure it's out of business by now because it was a clip joint. Anyways. So I go there, I sit at the bar, and there's a guy there, and I could hear him speaking shitty French to the barmaid. And I said, "Oh, hey, are you English?" He said, "I'm Welsh." I said, "Oh, you're Welsh." And he was a big fella, but not as big as me, And we were talking, and it felt so good to be speaking English because people in Louviers, it's very hard to find people in Louviers that spoke. Anyways, he said, "You want to come back to mine?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, right?" And get some free booze. So we go over there. He goes in the kitchen. In his living room, there's nothing in it except a couch, just a couch. And his row house was right next door to the fashion bar, right? So he goes in the kitchen, he brings back a glass of wine, right? Which I found was kind of odd, but anyways, I drank it. And then, holy shit, as soon as I drank that stuff, I could barely walk. I could barely walk. And I said, "I gotta go." I knew on some level what had happened, right? I said, I gotta get out of here, Like in a movie. If you listen to Hollywood movies, there's always someone says, "We gotta get out of here." In my head, I was like, "I gotta get out of here." And I walked home like this. And I'd only had maybe a couple of beers at the bar and then one glass of red wine at this dude's nearly furnitureless house. And as I stood up, because I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what. I didn't equate, I've never been assaulted in my life, not sexually or otherwise. Well, not quite like this. And it's not funny, by the way. But this dude's standing in front of his door, and I just fucking boom, and I walked home like Frankenstein's monster. Man, and thank God it was only a block. I woke up in the morning, fully clothed on top of my bed. I'd wet the bed. There was a giant fucking ring of piss around. I'd never done that in my life, ever. I haven't done it since then. This motherfucker drugged me, and he wanted to do, well, look at me, come on. Who wouldn't? But I'll never forget that. And I didn't tell many people about it because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed that I fell prey to something that was so seemingly innocuous and normal. And like I said, I was kind of desperate to speak English and to be with a fellow Anglo-Saxon. Try to do a video a day, and if you can do a video that helps other people, like by warning them to don't take drinks from strangers, even if they speak English, then you're doing all right, right? So be careful out there, kids. There are some bad motherfuckers running around out there. Bad motherfuckers. There are. They're there. I know this. I know it because it happened to me, you know, and thank goodness, I know my body well enough to know, oh, you've been drugged, Chris. You know, you need to get the fuck out of here before you know. Anyways, be safe out there, whether you're in France, whether you're in Saskatchewan, whether you're in Poughkeepsie, I don't know how you say it, whether you're in Dayton, Ohio, whether you're in Pecos, Texas, whether you're in, is that even a place? I don't know. Beaverton, Colorado, is that a place? I don't know. Beavertown sounds kind of good though. Anyways, be careful out there. Love you.